sense, he also isolated her eye in this piece that he made, which was a metronome, but he cut her eye out of a photograph that he'd taken of her, attached it to the metronome, and called it "Object to be Destroyed." And so it was a way of sort of hanging on to her gaze after she had already taken off. And I thought, well, I need to do some kind of response to this piece. And initially I did a piece that I did painting of Lee Miller's eye, attached it to a metronome, looked very similar to his photograph attached to the metronome, and did a painting of his eye on the head of a hammer, because he had said, attach the eye of the lover to the metronome and watch it going back and forth until you can stand it no more, and then smash it with a hammer in a single blow. And I thought, well, if he's going to do that, let's put his eye on the head of the hammer, and it will be a sort of mutual combustion. And then as I dug into their relationship a little bit more, I realized that there was a lot more complexity to it, and I wanted to do a piece that would kind of encapsulate that. So I did this dual metronome piece with Lee Miller's eye on one metronome and Man Ray's eye on the other metronome. And it wasn't until I did it and saw it in motion with the two metronomes sort of ticking back and forth, like sometimes in sync, so they looked like two eyes of one face. And at other times, the pendulums of the metronome looked like dueling swords. And thus the title, Duel, which plays with the duality and the dueling swords. And I thought, well, it was going to be in this museum show in a plexi vitrine, and people would not be able to see it in motion. I thought, people have to see it in motion. And this little light bulb went off, and I thought, I know, I'll do a flip book. So I made this little flip book so you can see them in motion. And then I thought, people are really making films these days. Why don't I just make a film of it? So that's sort of how I came to be a filmmaker.
Good morning.
I was just thinking, are you going to ask me a question?
You can go ahead. You were here last year with a movie about Selena Treat that won an audience award, and this is another short about, in some sense, it's a local artist and how they go about their work. How did you meet? And Mike Wright, who's the subject of the piece, is a good fan here. How did you go about choosing to do it? And
well, there are a lot of different answers to that. I think Mike chose me. We bumped into each other at the Art Association. I was doing